But yeah, we can move on to talk about the next thing. And this is something we've been waiting for since the beginning of the season changes. And they finally released information, all the information, I guess, on the championship rewards program that was kind of teased, but also they
Mhm.
told us we'd be getting more information later. But it's been how many months since they told us?
Like 9 months, 10 months
Really? Has it really
almost.
been that long?
Yeah, I think the season information for this year came out after NAIC in, like, June or July, and yeah, it's March.
That's true. Yeah, so it's been a little while. But yeah, why don't you go ahead, break it down? What's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah, so the program is called Ace Trainer Rewards. And they said last year we announced changes to the 2025 Championship Series that included an update to how players qualify for Worlds. Under the new system, a set number of competitors. So, yeah, this yada, 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 top 125, not a championship point threshold. When we announced the changes to the qualification system, we teased a new championship points rewards program that will provide trainers of all experience levels with additional incentives to battle for CP. Today, we're ready to unveil the Ace Trainer Rewards program and all the details for the program's 2025 season. Individual trainers from North America, Europe, and Oceania rating zones who accumulate 200 championship points during the 25 season in Pokemon TCG, VGC, or Pokemon Go will be eligible to qualify for Ace Trainer status. Uh, da 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 da. There's some stuff about Unite teams and stuff like that. Once a trainer accumulates sufficient CP to reach Ace Trainer status and has satisfied the eligibility requirements, as applicable for individual trainers or as Unite teams, they will receive their rewards following the conclusion of the season. Ace trainers can expect to have their rewards shipped by January 31st, 2026. So that's a good bit of time after the season ends.
Yeah.
Nearly what, six? The season ends at NAIC in June, right? Or is this after Worlds? Do they consider the season to end after Worlds? I don't think so. It's like after NAIC, right? Because you can't earn points for Worlds anymore after NAIC.
Um. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, but they're not going to be sending him. I mean, they said they might not send him out until 2026, anyways, though, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So, and here's the rewards for the 2025 season. Trainers who achieve Ace Trainer status, subject to the qualifying criteria, will receive a celebratory fanfare card, a Pokemon TCG promo card previously exclusive to Asia, as well as a set of exclusive deck box and sleeves in Pokemon TCG Live. Yay.
Yeah.
Trainers achieve Ace Trainer status are not automatically invited to the World Championships. Da 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 da. Um, Celebratory Fanfare has been awarded as a promo card to trainers in Asia since 2021, often featuring unique artwork that celebrates the spirit of the season. And we're excited that the 2025 version of Celebratory Fanfare will be the first to be available outside Asia. Qualifying trainers will receive an email confirming they have qualified together with a reminder to opt in for rewards, yada, yada, so on and so forth. I think that is the gist of it.
So it's called the Ace Trainer Rewards Program. You get 200 championship points. You become an Ace Trainer. And the rewards for the 2025 season is a promo card, which is cool. Getting the promo card is cool. Was it originally only available in where was it?
Asia. I think
In
it's been
Asia.
across Asia, like
Okay.
different languages. Yeah.
Yeah. Only available in Asia, and you might not get it till January 2026, right? Or January
Yeah.
26th. 2026 of January, end of
Yeah.
January 2026. Um, so we talked about this a lot at the beginning of the season when it was first brought up. We talked about it a couple times since then, and I feel like the thing we said every single time, it's like this seems like it could be huge. Giving the players more things to play for, I think, is like one of the big things we always kind of come back to. Day two placement promos at regionals, another tournament between league cups and regionals, like more things to play for. Being able to earn championship points on PTCG Live. And then this was another one. The rewards program is one of the things that we know is a thing that's not just like this would be a cool if it existed, but they haven't said it's going to exist. This is something we knew existed. We should know what it fully entailed, and it's honestly, like, pretty disappointing. I think this was something that was really hard to mess up and not put out something where the community would be like, "Oh, that's really cool." and they could have even gone potentially way further than that and be like, "Oh my gosh, this is insanely cool for the community and for players." And yeah, they somehow messed it up. Like, I don't know, this feels
Yeah.
kinda crazy. Like,
I
you get,
think
like, a single promo card, which is cool because 'cause you're getting a card that hasn't existed, to have access to outside of Asia before, so getting access to that card is cool, but there's 1 point threshold of 200 championship points.
yep.
You get 1 card, you might not even get the card till next year. Like, it feels like very little interaction with the system to keep people engaged or want people to be engaged in it for very long.
Yeah, like, I mean, I feel like at minimum, there should have been tiers and, like, if you earn a certain amount of championship points, like, I think this is the right path, right? An exclusive promo card for getting to a point, right? That's really cool. In just like that in and of itself is very cool. But like the fact that that is it, that's all that exists, especially the fact that this was announced 9 months ago and we waited this long for this
Yeah.
to be what the announcement was, like one single promo card for 200 championship points is definitely a bit of a bummer because what if like to and then when you get to 300 you get an exclusive set of sleeves. When you get to 500 you get an exclusive playmat. Like I think if even just those two things, if they had added that in,
Yeah.
I don't think you'd see nearly as many people complaining about it. That would be pretty cool. But or set this promo card as like the higher end of it, of like the higher tiered thing, the playmat and the sleeves or whatever else it is. Um,
Yeah,
you could do like a Switch case for the video game players, a phone case for the Pokemon Go people, like there's a lot of things that could have been done with this. And the fact that it took them 9 months to announce this and it was just one single promo card is
yeah,
crazy. And
yeah.
also another fact here, it's not available for players in Latin America, which is a huge percentage of the player base, like 30% of the player base, something like that.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And it feels like it's even getting it's one of those things where I feel like we don't really actually truly know how big of a player base it is because their just events are always capped and always hit the cap so quickly that like we don't really get a great read. But I think I would actually say because Mexico is part of the Latin American player base, we got a good look at how big even the player base is in Mexico because they had their first regional for the first time in like 5 years or something. Um yeah, it's been a while. And sold out instantly 1,100 players, like, it's pretty good, right?
Yep.
They got the Monterrey sold out instantly, um, and then
Oh,
those
did
sold
you
out
end up
pretty
getting
fast.
into that?
I did, but I'm not gonna be able to go. I have a family thing that I'm doing that weekend that I learned about literally, like, the day after I registered for Monterrey, so,
Way to go.
I was gonna go, yeah, unfortunately, I did end up taking someone's spot, if I could unregister, I would, but, yeah, I learned about the family thing literally the day after, but I was pretty set on going and wanting to go back to Mexico to play in another one after Merida, but it's not gonna happen this time around. So yeah, a lot of L's here. Yeah, not available in the Latin American region. That sucks, right? Like you said, a huge part of the player base. Single promo card. I think one cool thing that they did is like they did make it that the only thing you can earn, even if it is the easiest thing you can earn, is available to be earned just from playing at local tournaments. Right? The 200 point threshold means you can get at local tournaments, which I don't think it would be a bad thing if there was something out of reach of just local tournaments only. But yeah, it feels like there could have been so much. Like we said, you said there could be different tiers. You could even have like you could like accumulate championship points and then like effectively spend them in like some kind of exclusive shop that
Similar
you
to
get
what they
access
do for
to.
Pokemon professors. They do that for professors.
Yeah, yeah. So like, and this does seem like a really lazy answer for 9 months of not telling us what it is. So that does make me actually think that this is almost like a Band-Aid. Like, they do want to do more. They just haven't been able to do it or figure out fully what they want to do. So this does kind of feel like this is a Band-Aid for this season, and then they are probably gonna expand on this quite a bit more in future seasons. But I don't know how it took them 9 months to not come up with something better than this, though. Like, that's even if they wanna make it better than what else they could have come up with in 9 months or 8 months or whatever, however long it's been, like, this seems pretty lazy, to be honest. So, definitely a huge disappointment for the community. I don't think anyone is, like, too psyched or hyped about this, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feels
And like I said, like I think if they had announced this when they announced stuff last season,
yeah,
that would have
it'll
been
be different.
it'd be different, right? Nobody would care. But it's like
Yeah,
the fact that it took this long. And that is a good point. Maybe there is more coming in the future logistically wise. They didn't quite get it all done or whatever, there's a, I guess, possibility of that there's plans for
Yeah,
like
but they had
future seasons. So
yeah,
it's like this is a start,
they
but
had so much time. Yeah,
they did have
I'm
so
not
much
trying
time.
to
I'm not going to excuse them. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, I'm not giving them an excuse. I'm just saying this feels like there probably is more to come out of this Ace Trainer Rewards, program or system or whatever you wanna call it, um, because of how little this is for how much time it took, and it does kinda feel like this is a Band-Aid for them. They probably just shouldn't have said anything. They probably messed up. They probably had bigger plans and wanted to do more, but now that at this point in the season, they realize they can't get it done, with a reasonable amount of time before the season starts to come to a close. Like, we're already halfway through the season, and they finally are announcing this. So this feels big time, like a big time band aid for even putting that information out there to begin with. Because I feel like if they didn't put that out there to begin this probably wouldn't have even existed, and they would
Yeah.
have waited till next season to roll this out. But now they feel like they had to put something out. So I think this is what they ended up with. Would be my guess. Because like, there's no way this is like putting that out there at the beginning of the season in the announcement and then waiting 9 months. This is no way this is what they came up with in 9 months. That'd be crazy. And then it's not even available to the players in the Latin American region. That's like insane if this is what they came up with in 9 months. So I have to hope that they just weren't able to fully do what they wanted to do and it'll get bigger and better in future seasons. But we'll see, I guess. But this is what we have for now. So pretty big bummer.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, yeah, I don't want to give them like too much credit or anything, but it's like it is a cool thing that it is happening. So like taking a step back, looking at it, this is a cool thing. An exclusive promo card that you can work to achieve throughout a whole season. That is a good, cool thing. It's just disappointing the way that like it hadn't it took this long
Honestly,
for this to be what the announcement is.
this is probably a bigger dub for collectors than like literally anything. Like I'm sure the
Yeah, what's the
collectors
card
are
do?
you end your turn, you heal 10 damage from each of your Pokemon, I think.
So it's not very good.
No, so it's not good. So I feel like more than anything, this is like the collectors are pretty hyped for like an English version of this card, like another thing that they can try and, go out there and collect.
I mean, I have to imagine this thing will be worth a couple $100 or something like that as well. So that's like a cool little payoff as well for someone who has spent the whole season, like playing their locals, even if they went to one regionals or no regionals. They earned 200 championship points from some cups and challenges. They're able to cap it off by having this to remember their season by, or they can sell it as well. So yeah, it's definitely it is a cool thing, but disappointing the way that this is it right now.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if it's gonna be stamped with the year. Or maybe the artwork. Maybe they'll release
They
like
have
some
been in the
different artwork.
past, like these Asia ones, they all have the year on them. I'm like
Okay.
99% sure.
We just can't see it.
Yeah, based on the picture that they put together here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, my assumption is we're gonna get the different are we getting did they say if we're getting a new artwork?
Yes.
Oh, so this is gonna be something different than the ones that they've been having in Asia.
Yeah, in the post, they say something about how it's like a thing that yeah, here you go. We can let me share the screen again. You can see here it's got the season on it, like this is 2021.
Oh, okay, there we go, yeah.
And it's stuff to like commemorate what did like stuff from the year. Like here in 2021, Crobat V was a pretty big card. Urshifu was huge in the video game and the trading card game. Flaffy is featured in here as well. Like right here we see Curlia, we see little Frigivax. Like there's people like or Pokemon that are featured in here. Iron Hands, Chinchino, like it's all intentional,
Yeah, yeah,
which is very cool.
yeah. I guess will it be some kind of new stamp or something for like Ace Trainer or something? Ace Trainer Awards 2024, 2025.
Yeah, that's or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, because this
Be my
says
assumption.
Pokemon Card Game Championship Series 2024. Yeah, it'll say something probably about Ace Trainer rewards, which is cool.
Oh, alright. Well, yeah, so a little bit of, it would be a lot cooler if there was no initial announcement. Right? If they just didn't say anything
Yeah.
initially, it would have been a lot cooler,
And
but
also, it would have been a huge dub because right whenever they announced the season changes, people were upset that they took away the championship point threshold, right?
yep.
So like if they just announced this, it'd be like, okay, there's no championship threshold to get to worlds, but we can get this cool promo card. All right, sure, why not?